In late 2021, Dubai unveiled this, the world's largest observation wheel. Called the Ain Dubai, it was the latest in a series of projects here designed to go bigger, taller or deeper than anywhere else on Earth. And in this case, by a considerable margin. Almost twice the size of the London Eye, and following 6 years of construction, the colossal structure was finally unveiled to much fanfare and fireworks. Dubai had done it again. But after just a few months, the Ain Dubai suddenly closed. Few details were given other than it was undergoing enhancement works and will be running again in a matter of weeks. But more than a year has passed since then, and it still hasn't reopened. What's more, big questions are now being asked about when, or even if, we'll ever see it move again. So, is the Ain Dubai really getting some very serious upgrades, or could the world's record-breaking Ferris wheel be broken? This is Blue Waters Island, one of several new landmasses added to the coastline of Dubai and built using land reclamation. It's home to high-end residences, restaurants, shops, a hotel, and a 250-metre high observation wheel that absolutely dominates everything else around it. But you could be forgiven for not taking much notice of this immense structure despite its size if you were to visit now. Why? Well, because it's been out of action for over a year, and when it's supposed to be a major draw for tourists, that's not ideal. Before we delve any deeper, what makes this more than a simple fairground ride on steroids? Well, it's not just a really big Ferris wheel. Over 11,000 tonnes of steel were needed for the construction, and it was designed to carry 1,750 people at a time across its 48 passenger cabins. Each leg is 126 metres long, about the same as 15 London buses. And the spoke cables contain hundreds of 9mm thick wires, which would span 2,400 kilometres if they were laid end to end. That's the rough distance between Dubai and Cairo. They all radiate outwards from the hub and spindle, a sort of central axle fitted with bearings. On many big wheels, there are roller bearings made from steel, like on the London Eye, but Ain Dubai instead has sliding plane bearings made from a composite material. In the words of the company that made them, they needed to be inspectable, replaceable, durable, cost-efficient, maintenance-free, and absolutely fail-safe. Just the hub and spindle alone is 40 metres long and 20 metres high, and comes in over 1,800 tonnes. Overall, it's a lot of weight, which is why this whole structure sits on 35-metre piles, extending all the way down to the bedrock. The wheel was designed to withstand massive earthquakes and 100-mile-an-hour storms. Building it took some time, more than half a decade, although it was supposed to complete quicker. Delays scuppered the original 2019 finish date, so it was pushed back to late 2020 in time for the Dubai Expo. But then COVID-19 put a stop to all that, meaning it wasn't until October 2021 that Dubai Holding, which owns the structure, could finally welcome the first passengers. For several months after the launch, all seemed well. Hundreds of thousands of visitors took the 38-minute ride. There would have been countless selfies and Instagram stories, and the island itself became a hive of activity. But it wasn't to last. Now, before we look at what could have caused it to stop, what does it take to be an engineer on a huge project like the Ain Dubai? Well, really strong knowledge of STEM subjects to begin with, but if these normally put your head in a spin, there's a new way to learn that's fun, easy and free to start. A good grasp of calculus is essential for any engineer. This week's video sponsor, Brilliant, has courses that easily break down complex concepts into quick lessons that are simple to follow and will get your cogs turning in no time. It's a great way to visualize problems and solutions, like understanding formulas for scaling up shapes. Take calculus in a nutshell, for example. With this course, you won't just learn what it is, you'll discover how to use it too. But if calculus sounds like it would have you going around in circles, Brilliant has thousands of lessons on subject areas like probability and computer science, all of which are ideal for leveling up your career or setting yourself a new challenge. To give it a whirl, try a free 30-day offer by visiting brilliant.org/the B1M, or click the link in the description. The first 200 people to sign up will receive a 20% discount off their annual subscription. Now, let's rotate back to that big wheel. Fast forward from the opening to March 2022, and everything changed. The attraction was abruptly shut down, and the explanation given wasn't what you'd call detailed. There was only a statement on the Ain Dubai website saying it had closed for periodic enhancements, and that it was planned to reopen at the end of Ramadan. A bit strange, but not a huge deal because that was only a couple of months away. And yet, just a few weeks later,
Ain Dubai has announced on their website that they will remain closed for the duration of the summer.
That time period then became Q1 2023, again without any real specifics. When this deadline had passed and the wheel still hadn't moved, an update appeared on the site. Ain Dubai remains closed until further notice as we continue to rigorously work on completing the enhancement works that have been taking place over the past months. Once a reopening date is set, a further announcement will be made. Today, another 18 months have been and gone with no extra news, and attempts to get more information out of Ain Dubai have failed. As for Blue Waters Island itself, it's reportedly quieter than in early 2022 when the landmark structure was in full swing. The big question then is what could have happened? Well, it's difficult to say when we've had no official word, and even people with links to the project won't speak publicly. Despite this, recent reports have seen anonymous sources from the area offer some pretty shocking theories. Local residents claim they heard the structure vibrating loudly and that it shook the ground when it turned, according to a Washington Post article from July 2023. Another unnamed person stated some from the building management say something broke inside the main axle mechanism, and others say it is sinking. I've heard hotel managers in the beach area facing the wheel say they are calculating risk and damage estimates for the possibility that it falls. Although many of these claims are new, rumours about alleged design flaws that may have contributed to those early delays have been around for years. A CNN story published in 2021, just before the Ain Dubai opened, mentioned seized bearings that needed to be replaced to sound issues with the cabins. These were denied at the time by a spokesman for the lead consultant and architect of record, who said, "I've not heard one rumour that is actually based on any facts. I've heard rumours that the foundations were sinking, for example. The Ain Dubai is the safest place to be in Dubai." The B1M reached out to several companies that worked on the project, as well as the media team for the Ain Dubai to get some official comment on the situation. We either received no response or were told they were under a non-disclosure agreement and couldn't comment. So for now, the wait for definitive news on the future of this incredible structure continues. One day the world will know what's gone on at Ain Dubai, but until then it's going to remain one of construction's biggest mysteries. When first unveiled, Ain Dubai offered further proof of the city's ability to build bigger than anywhere else. The work that went into making this enormous wheel operational, even temporarily, is remarkable. But whether it reopens again or not, the structure is perhaps a sign that breaking new ground in construction does have its limits, even in Dubai. According to a design director for one of the construction companies midway through the build, the sheer size of the Dubai wheel means we are pushing the boundaries of engineering design. Could it be that on this occasion, Dubai pushed them too far? This video was sponsored by Brilliant. You can join them with a special offer at the link below. There's also the chance to dive deeper on this and other topics on our channel over on the World's Best Construction Podcast, available right now wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to get more from the definitive video channel for construction, make sure you're subscribed to the B1M.